last year, I got into Warhammer, right? I read The Infinite and the Divine, I read Brutal Cunning and Caiaphas Cain, and then I thought to myself, oh, maybe it's time to react to some videos. So I did what most creators do, and I tweeted out at Bricky and asked to react to his videos. Now, usually when you react to somebody's video, that's where that interaction ends, right? You're both free to live your lives and be happy. However, for Bricky and I, that is not the case. Unfortunately, we are now co-workers, and even worse, partners. Merchandise partners. That's right. The Matara Con 1-year merch drop was powered by R.O.A.C.H, which is Bricky's merch company. If you would like to get something from that store, you will be supporting both Bricky and me and our fascinating and exciting co-workership and merch partnerships. Courage and honor, and buy the merch.
Hello. My audience came up with the worst idea ever, or the best idea ever, which is re-reacting to my reaction of Bricky's videos from last year, now that I know more about Warhammer, and also now that I have a co-workership with Bricky, so I could actually text him and tell him, hey, this is what I'm doing, and he hates the idea, by the way. So now there's even an added element of, hey, I'm watching this now as his co-worker, as his buddy, and I'm like, hee hee, that's funny. So let's get started. First video we're gonna be doing is every single Warhammer faction explained part 1. We're also gonna be doing the part 2. We'll be pausing quite a bit, so have fun with it.
But before we get in,
Oh my
I'm just
God.
gonna do a disclaimer. Thank you so much, Bricky, for letting me watch
Why
this
am I
video
so
not
nice?
only on Twitch, but also letting me upload the reaction on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I'm still just getting into Warhammer. For anybody who doesn't know, I have read Infinite and the Divine, Brutal Cunning. I read the Caiaphas Cain books, which is a 3-in-1. And I'm currently playing Rogue Trader, and I have played Warhammer Mechanicus. I'm excited.
I beat Mechanicus.
I do want to one day play Dark Crusade. I want to play
Haven't played
Inquisitor
Dark
Martin.
Crusade.
I almost said Martin. Inquisitor Martin. He's coming.
still wanna
He's
play
coming
that.
here, which is kind of like a Diablo-esque game.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to play
Addicted?
Bolt Gun, obviously. Space
Poe?
Marine. We'll get there.
I beat
Oh, yeah,
Bolt Gun.
Caiaphas
I beat
Cain,
Space
but
Marine 1 and
Caiaphas
2.
Cain, listen, I can't pronounce anything, all right? I never went to school for English, so I'm doing my best.
We get it, Matara,
All
your
right.
ESL.
I also have food with me because I am becoming a real I'm becoming a real reactor. This is my react era.
Back then, I had food with me. Now I have a chocolate with me. I'm on the treadmill with my pre-workout. Question, are the alerts a little too loud?
I already played Darktide, but I will play more.
I have played more.
Darktide. All right,
And Speed Freaks.
let's go. Tell me how the volume is as we start, okay?
All right, we're about to notice if the
Be
alerts are
on
too
the
loud.
side, but someone who can appreciate them. You will not be getting my legs today, as I will be replacing them with various things depending on which faction we are currently talking about to add a little bit more context and possibly
little louder?
to whatever the hell I am currently
I have the
doing.
same problems
So, hello, everybody.
a year later. I have the same problems a year later. Oh my God.
It's a gift sub.
My name is Bricky, and this is going to be a long video and a large project that has been
Guys,
going on for quite some time.
look at all those
This
channels.
is- I need 2 hands for this.
gonna
This
lower my
is
voice
every
when you
single
laugh.
Warhammer
Louder,
40K
louder?
race
Or more?
in kind of a nutshell, explained, a little bit of explanation, a little bit of lore, a little
Has he
bit of
said
talking
how long
about
it
the
took him to
tabletop,
make this
mostly
video?
lore, what they're all about, and
it
also a
probably
little bit
took
of
weeks.
background for
I
those
I think it
of
took a
you who
month,
just
he
have
said,
no clue
in
what
the end.
Warhammer 40,000 is. Now you see, Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 is a universe people hear plenty of, but don't know
I like
a
his
whole
haircut
lot
now
about.
better.
My
They
chicken
see,
tendies
oh,
are
there's
very
these
good.
dudes in big
Gift
power
sub.
armor with chainsaw swords, and they got these big old green orcs, and there's some bugs over there, and everyone calls these
regretting
guys
this.
weebs, and
my
then
God,
there's
I
these
like the
spiky bitches over here, and I don't get it. I don't understand.
regret this
Where do
already.
I
Those were my
start?
people.
Well, this video
Papa Nurgle's
is
people.
particularly for you, or for those
still
of
love
you
Papa
who have a
Nurgle,
little
a
bit
year
of
later.
knowledge, but you're kind of
Loving
curious
Nurgle.
about each of the different races
See?
and factions in Warhammer. So overall, the Warhammer universe is vast when it comes to lore and background, and
this
each
map.
different
I need to
faction is so
properly take a
different
look
with
at
the
it.
things that they
on,
believe in.
hold on,
And
hold
some
on.
are
Oh,
human, some are transhuman, like where they
Sorry.
all have all these.
Sorry.
I'm so dumb. Why am I doing this?
We watched the other Bricky video, and I recognize most of these.
Wow.
I
Good for
only
you.
don't know what he's hiding. It says he knows something. I'm not sure what that is.
Oh yeah, I still actually don't know. in a class or something.
And I don't think I've seen the Chaos Space Marines.
Oh, I have
Pretty
seen
much
them.
everything else kind of makes sense.
Oh, I've seen
that's
them
the
now.
Inquisition. Oh, come on. All right, then I know.
The
Then I
things that
know.
they believe in.
I love the
and some are
Holocaust.
human, some are transhuman, like
I
where they
love-
all have all these.
Sorry, that was a joke in
crazy-ass
case y'all
love my
couldn't tell.
Cross on them. You've got aliens and you've got the
I love my
chaos
Necrons.
factions, and
I
there's
love
so
Papa
much
Nurgle.
to entail that I decided to embark on this project to tell
gonna
you
try my burger.
what each and every single
get-
one of them is about.
Also, spoiler
and
alert,
what the
I
Warhammer
talk a
universe
lot.
is about as well. To give at least a little bit of
I
an
talk a lot.
intro
And I
to
might
this
pause a lot.
Shut up,
extremely
Matara!
bloated but very, very enjoyable world that I and many others partake in.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I just want to take a look at this map as well.
Why am I pausing so much?
Wow. So Terra is
Wow.
all the way down there.
Wow.
Okay. Ooh, Cadia. I recognize Cadia.
Cadia stands.
I recognize Cadia. Okay.
Right, everybody.
Do I recognize everything else?
Nope.
I'm not sure I know about Night Furnace.
You don't recognize any of it. Move on.
No, Cadia stands.
A very,
I don't know what
very
you're talking about.
enjoyable world that I and many others partake in. So I will be explaining every single
There's
faction
no war in
the
Ba Sing Se.
Warhammer 40k universe, at least all the factions you can play as, and some smaller factions here and there. I will not be discussing absolutely everything in it because that is a little bit much. And I'm
Speaking
not
of
going to go
playing,
too mega deep into the lore.
I think I'm very
going to
much
give you a pretty solid overview
becoming
of
an
each
orc
of the different
believer.
factions and have
Still
you learn
am.
a
Roll
little bit
a
about
million
them,
dice
and we'll
and
discuss
have
a
a
little
good time.
bit of the
I love
tabletop
gambling.
as well, in case you were
Still do.
curious about that. But for this episode entirely, we are discussing the Imperium
burger is
of
very good,
Man,
by the way.
because that takes up a fat chunk of Warhammer lore.
Unfortunately. Ooh, Blood
What
Angel.
is
to know.
Warhammer 40,000? Well, the 40,000 starts off is the year 40,000, the 41st millennium. That's where it takes place, is in the year 40,000, 41,000 AD.
Where does this map come
You're
from?
already
Does anybody know?
more knowledgeable. Let me read you a quote. First of
wanna
many
read- I wanna
quotes
look
in
at
this
it.
video. It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 years, the Emperor has sat immobile
Like how
on
he
the
has the little
golden
piece of
throne of
paper.
Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods and
Oh my God, I
master
think
of a
I'm blocking
million
him.
worlds by the might of his inexhaustible
I block him
armies.
now, too.
He is a
I'm Bricky.
rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the
He's
dark
sitting
age
on
of
his
technology.
golden toilet.
He is the carrion lord of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day so that he may never truly die. To be a man in such times is to be amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most
would make
bloody
that same
regime
joke
imaginable.
today.
These are the tales
say that,
of
bro.
those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been
See if any of
forgotten,
yourselves
never to
recognize
be
yourself in
relearned.
past.
Forget the promise of progress and understanding.
Screw progress.
For in the grim, dark future, there is only
I only
war.
want to be
There
eaten
is
by a
no
tyrannid.
peace amongst the stars, only an
Wanna be eaten
eternity
by
of
Matara.
carnage and slaughter and the laughter of thirsting gods.
Love it.
Everything blows. And it blows fucking hard. Warhammer is probably the most dark and depressing universe
I love how
ever
grainy
in
the
fiction.
picture is
or at
behind
least like,
him.
like top 3. Everything is so absurd.
That really was a
horrible,
grainy picture.
Destructive
Knights!
or
I love 'em.
overpowered that it all kind of ends up canceling itself out. It's like
Really,
Dota.
Chams? Oh my
War
goodness.
rages across the galaxy. Interstellar travel is only possible due to sacrificing 1,000 souls a day
Mm-hmm.
to a rotting carcass of a man who you believe to be
Bricky.
your god. Demonic gods and just
Let's
demons
go.
tear open
Yes.
the fabric
Nurgle.
of reality on a whim. Other Xenos or
Thank you,
even other
Voodoo.
humans end up
Wait.
killing each other in
is
untold
this exactly?
billions across the
That's a
galaxy.
Tau, right?
It is a time of
sorry.
unending.
This was the human legion, the Imperium of Man Legion that like is sort of really? I thought it was.
Yeah.
it
Oh,
looked
that was
like
the Eldar. Shit, I made
The
that
legion
mistake
that,
last
of
time. I
humans
think.
that follows
No,
kind
I'm
of
wrong.
the Egyptian theme. It
No,
looked
they're
like
not
that
the
for a
1,000
second.
Sons, Matara, but they do actually.
That's the Eldar. Ooh, when I looked
It's
up
the long
Eldar, they
brain.
looked very different. But I guess
It's the
that's
long
because
brain.
this is the Warlock, right? The armor is too skinny. Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, I see
Thank
the.
you.
I could see why I made
I
that
wasn't
mistake.
sure. The telltale sign of Eldar
still
is
making
those
that
oval
mistake.
gems. I'll remember that. Thank you. That's
I
good.
didn't remember that. I thought it was Tau.
Billions
Hey,
across the
Conehead.
galaxy. It is a time
Hey,
of
your head's looking
unending
quite cone today.
war, slaughter, and a bloodbath amongst everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Planets are deemed unrecoverable and are completely destroyed on a whim. Everything sucks. But that's like
Yeah, right?
the charm
I didn't
of
remember.
it. See, everything
Yeah.
in Warhammer is evil, but being evil is kind of fun. Like
Yeah.
humanity, in its
Evil is
own
good.
right, is a xenophobic, prejudice, and religious zealot group that kill each other just as much as they kill all of their enemies. And they're like
So nothing changed?
mid to high tier evil on
Evil scale. Tau players. Imperial of Man. Why
Imperium.
would you put the orcs so high up on evil? Come on. That being said, I do think the Tyranids, they're just doing their best.
They're just hungry.
hungry. They're just trying to survive.
Oh.
Okay?
on the evil scale.
We
of
said that at the
Warhammer,
same
nobody's
time!
good. No matter
Whoa!
who you are, everyone is some flavor, some
R.O.A.C.H.
color of evil. Whoever you pick, you are going
She
to
is
be
me,
the
I am
bad
her.
guy.
I
just wanna eat.
But
They're
that's
hungry.
the fun of it. Because being the bad guy is badass. Villains are cool. They look cool. They got cool outfits. They got cool weapons. They got
Is that the Blood Angel as well? Or no? Because it kind of has the angelic theming.
No, Matara, it's the Dark Angels. Why do you
That's
always think
Lord
everything's a
Solar
blood angel?
Macarius. It looks like a living saint.
He
Space
does.
Alexander, Imperial
It's
Guard.
Cadia, because
Okay.
these guys are
Cool. I haven't seen him yet.
wearing
at
the
all.
Astra militarum.
That's a saint. I
stuff.
mean, hey.
I know,
I
Jake.
love it.
I've learned every
will be
angel I
watching a
see
lot
is
better.
never a
Villains are
dark
cool,
angel.
man.
Warning you.
And when everyone is a villain, everyone is
I've learned that every angel I see is not a blood angel or a dark angel ever.
pretty cool. That's what makes this so charming, is that everyone
It was a
can
big
be
deal
the
at some
bad
point.
guy.
Is he a big
So
deal in
let's
any of the
start off
books?
talking about the main bad guy, quote unquote.
Because I'd love to read
the
about him.
Imperium of Man.
His hair, whack. His gear, whack.
The Imperium of Man is the main empire of the human race. All of humanity is under
Thank
this
you.
one flag
I'll have to read it.
called the Imperium. And about 10,000 years ago, there was a man. He was the
That is
emperor,
such
the
a-
emperor of
that-
mankind, a 10-foot tall psychic
he is.
demigod.
There
He used to be
is.
so
led
hot.
humanity
Mr.
across
Man.
the stars to colonize tons and tons of
happened?
worlds,
And
don't
create
say-
superhuman
don't say old
soldiers,
age.
and
Oh,
really
07,
bring
everybody.
humanity into a new age. This
For the
man,
man.
the emperor of mankind, was
Little
a psyker. And a psyker is like a magician of sorts. In the world of 40K, there is the warp,
the original dark
immaterium, kind
magician
of like
girl.
hell, but sort of like a purgatory
Fatherhood
dimension
happened.
of hell. And a psyker is someone who can take that power and manifest it through their mind to use it to do stuff, well, like witchcraft stuff, magician stuff,
keep covering
spells, and
Bricky.
lots of other
Oopsies.
things, but we don't want to get too into that.
I'm
The Emperor,
recognizing the
big
staff
boy
from,
psyker, top
Rogue
tier,
Trader.
A+,
That's so cool.
maybe even S. Now the Emperor created a bunch of
I'm sorry. He's doing the what is it called? Duck face. He's duck facing. Look at the emperor there. Damn.
top
Rogue
tier,
Trader.
A+,
That's so cool.
maybe even S. Now the Emperor created a bunch of
This
sons.
I remember.
Yes,
We looked at
created
them.
a bunch of sons known as the Primarchs.
viewing.
He created 20.
18.
18 Primarchs to have them lead all of the different
Angron!
legions of
Oh, I
humanity to the different stars
baby.
and plans to help colonize
tearing
and
up.
bring it
They're
out.
all so cute.
These Primarchs are basically like little versions of the Emperor. Not all of them are psychers, but
Forget
a lot
his
of them
name,
are very,
but the
very powerful,
salamanders
and
one.
they lead his special Space Marine legions.
is Golemon,
Then
obvi.
this big
You see it on his
clusterfuck
side.
happened called the Horus heresy, where the Emperor's favorite son,
Vulcan
the
is the
Primarch
salamanders.
Horus,
There we go.
ended up joining Chaos and leading 9 other, well, I guess
Horus.
eight,
Wait.
9 of the 18.
Hold on.
Half.
Small caveat. I thought
Yes, Matara.
Horus killed the Emperor's favorite son.
Yeah.
But Horus was the Emperor's favorite son.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
Okay. I can see how it's confusing.
Even more.
So Horus was like the favorite, like favored in the sense that he got, this is what I've learned a year later. Okay. So Horus was given a lot of independence. He was given a lot of the reins on stuff. He basically was like, maybe not the favorite son, but he was favored in the sense that he was competent and the emperor trusted him with a lot of stuff. But everybody loved Sanguinus. He was like the people's favorite. But But that was a good like catch on me being like, wait, I'm confused here. Yeah, Horus was the one that he knew he could depend on. And by the way, I remember when I first got into this and I realized that 9 of them followed chaos and 9 of them followed good. I was a little confused. Don't get me wrong. I understand why it had to happen, right? Because you want to have a really exciting story. You don't want to have like 10 versus 1, right? 9 versus 9 is good. It's nice. But I remember in the beginning, I remember thinking, how could 9 of them betray the Emperor? The more I'm getting into it, I'm thinking to myself, how come more of them didn't betray the Emperor? And yes, we did pause on Mortarion, my beloved. Not a great dad.
The 9th, the Blood Angel's son, I thought he was the favorite. Okay, so he killed the second favorite. Oh,
See?
1 second.
There she is,
1
Matara
second.
Khan, my beloved.
I just lagged. Hello?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Give me a moment. Matara, no! Come back! Give me a moment. Uh-oh.
I don't like that
disappeared
Erebus
from the
guy,
screen.
that's for sure.
I'm dead. This is it. Oh, I see. So the one that he killed was the one beloved by all.
See?
Okay, but the one that killed him was the favorite one. Okay.
Yep.
I thought I was misunderstanding. Okay, cool.
Half
Slightly.
of his Primarchs directly to Earth to fight down the
It's like
Emperor
Daddy's
himself.
favorite
Now, if
versus
you
the
wanna know what
people's
chaos
favorite.
is, remember what I mentioned
Yep.
earlier? The warp, that Imperium, the hellish place. In there relies
They were
the 4
best
chaos
friends.
gods. Imagine like
Papa
Satan
Nurgle.
and 3 other
My
Satans.
favorite.
The warp being kind of evil, those chaos gods, that's the reason. And so those chaos
I will be honest, what I like about re-reacting to my old reaction is I feel I have to talk less because past Matara is talking more. So I actually feel like I can just kind of chill and past Matara will be talking more.
gods
love how
manipulated
grainy this
Horus,
picture
and
is.
then Horus helped manipulate all 8 other Primarchs
I love
to lead
how
this
grainy it is.
giant coup directly on the Emperor on Earth. And they
Are the white scars
shit.
the
After this huge
They're good.
civil war,
They're good guys.
Horus
They're good
died,
guys.
but not before brutally
No, I love
wounding the
them.
Emperor.
Jacket
And
Tycoon.
right at the end of his life,
Oh, they're
they
loyal.
put the
Okay, thank
Emperor
God,
on this
thank God.
large golden throne on Earth,
I got
in which he
sad.
is now alive. Just barely, but slowly rotting away, powering something
My
called
sweet
the
loyalists.
Astronomicon, so long as he stays alive and is fed 1,000 people a day.
That
The
one Chaos
Astronomicon
Marine
is
looks
the
like Billy
North
Corgan.
Star. If you want to
The
do
world
interstellar
is a
travel in
vampire.
40K, you need to pass through that demonic warp I,
I like his
mentioned
legs
earlier.
again.
But how do you know where you're
Tara,
going?
stop
the
looking at
Emperor
Bricky's
is there,
legs.
putting a nice little navigator right there. He helps navigate
He's
you
married to the game.
know where you're going. If you want to
He's
go
married to the merch
from
mines.
Earth to some crazy solar
I
system
really wanna
across
find
the
out
way,
more
you
about
need to
how
go through that warp,
the lighthouse
and then you
works
need to
that
know where you're
way.
going. Go through there and pop your way out. It's like
And somebody did say
doing
that
nether
there's
travel
theories
in Minecraft. So
that
you can
that's why the
shorten
Tyranids
distance between
came.
going to areas.
Because
so
of
long
that
as the
signal.
Emperor is alive,
But then
and
other
being
people
fed
said that
1,000
Tyranids were
people a
already
day
kind
to
of,
stay alive.
you know,
can
peeking
do
their
that.
head here and
The
there.
moment he dies,
Yeah. We still don't really
interstellar
know.
travel's gone.
They could be
for
running
all
from a
of
bigger
humanity.
threat.
You're so
It's not a
boned.
theory, it's
Now, since
confirmed.
the Horus heresy 10,000
But then
years
the question
ago,
is,
the
are they
Imperium
coming
has
to
fallen from
take
grace
over, or are they running away?
substantially. All technology has started
Dun,
to
dun, dun.
dwindle and die. There is now giant fundamental religious extremists that now believe the Emperor of Mankind was a deity, a true
Was this a
living,
sister
and
of
now believe
battle
the Emperor of Mankind.
or a Grey Knight based off her armor?
Sister of battle.
Oh no, I see the fleur de lis. She's a sister of battle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time was a deity.
Because of
It's a
the
woman?
true
the French.
living
Most likely a
God,
sister
Not the
of
French,
battle.
which is probably
the-
the
the
last
symbol.
thing the Emperor would
There
have
are no
wanted to be
okay, so if
remembered
it's a
for.
woman,
So now you have this thing called
Sister
the
of battle.
See? I
ecclesiarchy,
learned.
which is this giant church
Yeah, I learned.
entirely devoted to spreading the good word of the Emperor. He is now the Holy Emperor God, the God Emperor of mankind. And
That he
all
is.
of the Imperium has taken up worshiping him
Nice hat.
to the fullest extent and killing anything that isn't humanity
No, I haven't,
in
Iron.
his name.
Haven't watched any
the
of the
Imperium
TTS.
has this futuristic gothic tone to it and a hefty religious zealotry. to
Valis,
them.
that's scary.
If you think anything against the Emperor, that's heresy and you deserve to die. That is called being a heretic.
women are in every
Heretics
faction
die
besides
in
Space Marine
40K.
and Custodes.
There is no such thing as freedom of religion. There is no such thing as freedom of speech,
God.
so long as you are against the Emperor. There is no such thing as any kind of tolerance.
Can you hear my
Everyone
treadmill?
is a religious zealot. Some more than others.
Body once
but
told
no matter
me
what, you're
the
preaching that
world
good
is
word. So
gonna
right
roll
now,
me.
Everyone in humanity is trying
You might
to
hear me be out of
expand
breath
their
in a little bit.
empire across the
Yeah, that makes
stars.
sense.
If
Gonna
you
go a
are a
little
heretic,
faster.
someone who doesn't believe in the emperor, you are deserving of death.
The guillotine.
If you believe
Oh
in
yeah, true. Now there are female custodes. You're right. This is how much has changed in a year. Let's go.
chaos gods, you are
guillotine.
also
I mean, look, I'm not gonna say something to get into the argument. I just see it as, obviously I'm new to Warhammer, so women in armor, kind of hot, kind of cool. I get it. But I also understand with like, hey, there's never been women in armor, so let's not have them there. I also don't mind, truly.
a heretic and you deserve death. If you are an alien race
Whoa,
of
whoa,
any
whoa, whoa, whoa,
kind,
whoa.
you are a
Whoa,
filthy
stop, stop,
Xenos
stop
and you
right there.
deserve death as well.
Stop.
Yeah.
So long
No.
as the
Piece of
murder
shit.
No.
continues and humanity expands,
dick.
No.
the
Okay.
Imperium of man is very,
The bug
very
thing, listen.
He doesn't
However,
mean it.
The largest fighting force of this Imperium is my personal
doesn't mean
favorite
it.
faction, and the first faction we will discuss, the Astra militarum, or also known as the Imperial Guard.
His favorite faction? Wait. Stop. Out of all the factions, his favorite faction is the guards.
The dudes.
You're telling me you came
I agree.
to 40,000
I agree.
years after, I guess,
To
Christ.
play
I
with
don't
the
know.
tank.
And you like the dudes with guns?
Yeah. The regular guy.
I know he'll explain why, but I'm just letting you know I'm already, listen. Give me bugs, give me orcs, give me Papa Nerd.
I will say, I having spoken to Bricky actually yesterday, we were playing Marvel Rivals on stream, and I asked him what he did that day. So we are Monday in the year 2024, Monday, December 23rd. On Sunday, I guess December 22nd, Bricky told me in Marvel Rivals on stream that he was playing a game with the Necrons, and he's currently been playing a lot of Necrons and Night Lords. So yeah.
Nurgle.
But do y'all see what I mean? Like, you come to the vast, great, grand future to play with the dudes that look the most like a regular World War II army? Why?
Imperial Guard is the main fighting force of the Imperium, and in a world of horrifying creatures,
He just liked
galactic
the guys.
monstrosities,
The guys.
literal demons themselves.
Video is old,
breaking
he's
you
changed.
through
What
the
is he
fabric
like
of
now?
time to kill you. The Imperial Guard are untold billions of regular men and women wearing modern day like flak armor with a laser rifle. This is the humble lad.
little shit.
Yeah, you just like the guy with the gun.
That shoots a
Fires
laser.
He's a sister's
superheated
maid now.
plasma
Good.
Lasers at an extremely fast
He-
fire
he-
rate.
he
is
recognized
reliable,
that he
never
simps for women.
jams, It can blow off
And we
limbs,
love women. We
giant
did see the
holes
last
in
gun
concrete.
in,
It is overall
I don't know
an
if it was in
extremely
Mechanicus, but we definitely
devastating
saw it in
weapon.
Rogue Trader.
In modern day, it is one of the weakest in the 40K universe. Yeah, a laser rifle that never jams, it could blow off limbs,
Yeah,
one of the weakest weapons.
But I get
That's
it.
the
I'm
world
glad
we're in
he's
right now.
aware.
But who cares? Because the Imperial Guard has, in each battle, 500,000
Basically put a
of
Sister of
these
Battle
men
on
and
his
women.
gamer subs cup. Hey,
30,000
I mean,
large
good luck
armored
with the
tanks,
lawsuit.
10,000 artillery batteries. The Imperial
scared for
Guard
him.
wins through sheer numbers and
It's not a real Sisters of Battle. It's just an anime woman with a 6-pack or like a 12-pack.
firepower. They kind of have this World War I, World War II style aesthetic with legions of guardsmen. As
Again, am I wrong? You come to the future to just play World War II in the future. When you could have anything. You could be an orc, you could be a Tyranid, you could be chaos, you could be so much. And you like the guy with the gun.
well as high
I still feel the same about what I said before. I am glad to know that a year later, I am the same damn woman.
company commanders and generals on the field along with them,
Okay.
and multiple kinds of troops.
Legally
a normal
distinct.
Imperial
Yeah,
Guard
okay,
battle
okay.
starts off with artillery, long lines of artillery,
See, this-
attacking the crust
This I can
of
get
the
behind.
planet
Adeptus
underneath the
Mechanicus,
enemy's
I can get
feet.
behind.
And as this barrage
They're
continues,
priests with little arms.
hundreds of thousands of guardsmen,
metal arms.
They look so normal.
a sea of guardsmen surges forward, firing and charging at everything possible while the planet rumbles.
You are
as
wrong.
tanks
Guy with
roll
guy
up
is the
behind
best.
them. Gunships
Guy with the
block
gun is the
out
best,
the
sorry.
sun, and tanks block
read.
out the
Guy with
dirt
guy.
with the
Is that
steps
the
and
Emperor worshipper?
footprints
Oh, I
of
thought he was in the
millions of
red
guards.
robes
It is
like,
through numbers and sheer sundering firepower. They are
Mechanicus
the
is
first
different
and
gear.
last
Alright.
line of defense for
look
the
very
Imperium
similar.
and make up a huge bulk of the battles. The Imperial Guard is also made up of
Oh my
tons
God, not
of
the
different kinds of
bayonet.
regiments.
This
The
is very
Catachan
World War
jungle
I. Right?
fighters live in a death world that's more hospitable than almost any
this is
firefight
like-
they'll ever get into. So they just
Snake
have
eater
this
right here.
steroid-looking giant
Tropic
knife,
Thunder?
Rambo
What's going
predator
on?
Yeah, I was gonna
sons
say,
of
this is
bitches,
Rambo.
Where nothing is anywhere near as scary as a simple knight on their home planet.
so funny.
You have the Valhallan winter soldiers who haven't felt their toes in 300 years. The
is just my
Mordian Iron
ancestors,
Guards.
okay? This is
who
just
are
very,
more
like,
interested in
French.
making their shoes shine than
saying the
actually
same
fighting
stuff.
the battle. And then, of course, the big one, the Cadians from
With their purple
Cadia.
eyes.
What is that, everybody?
the biggest
Cadia-
export of
Cadia
guardsmen
lives
in
standing.
the entirety of the Imperium.
Lives,
You will fire
stands.
your first gun at 5.
stands,
You will
doesn't it?
disassemble and reassemble it at 10. You will have pounding artillery drills day in and day out at 15. And you'll fight your first swarm lord at 16. And if you mention Cadia, you
What was
will
that?
burst into an unrelenting amount of tears and sadness
that little
like I do daily. To quote,
Thank you,
I
Lion.
have at my command an entire battle group of the Imperial Guard, 50 regiments including specialized drop troops, stealthers, mechanized formations, armored companies, combat engineers, and mobile artillery.
Okay.
Over 500,000 fighting men,
Okay.
and 30,000 tanks and artillery pieces are mine to
I'm
command.
judging myself.
Emperor, show mercy to the fool that
Leave
stands
some for the
against
rest of
me,
us.
for I shall not. The Imperial Guard are my personal favorite faction in 40K. They're the army
You're
I collect
so
the
lame.
most, the ones I enjoy playing the most, and the one I enjoy
I'm
in
not
the lore
judging,
sense a lot. There's
but I'm
something
judging.
about just a regular man with a laser rifle being told to charge the horrors of this universe and willingly doing so for
Look,
his
there's a
god
reason
emperor.
I'm a
It's
space
just
bug, right?
poetic. They actually
Agree to
represent
disagree.
the main Imperial Guard tactics pretty
Agree
well.
to disagree.
Large amounts of artillery that doesn't
Look,
require
it's
a line
just
of
tanks.
sight. Lots of tanks, tons of infantry, drop troops, and gunships. Overall, they're pretty similar to how
Just
they
play
sound,
Risk
though a little bit
and bring
expensive to collect,
tanks.
unfortunately. And they don't
The
hit
tanks
a
are
lot.
cool. They
look
They have
so
a bit
goofy.
of a bad
I love
aim,
them.
but you don't really care because you're just drowning them in shots. However, if you want more accurate fire and specialization, we can move on to talk about Space Marines. The Angels of Death
I
are up
completely
next.
understand. By the way,
Space
just
Marine-
so we're clear, I completely understand why people like him. I'm mostly making a joke because
I'm not.
I like
I
something
mean it.
completely different.
I mean it. You come to the future to play with tanks?
I'm coming to 40K for the Necrons. I mean, our first book on book club is the Necron book. Our second book is an Orc book.
Book
I
club.
love the Tyranids. I'm loving Papa
Good
Nurgle.
times.
I come to space, you know, not to. How dare I have a different taste than the streamer? How dare
I like bugs that have a gun that's also a bug, you know?
I like different things? I'm a filthy Xenos lover. I am. Hell yeah.
Marines are genetically engineered super soldiers and superhumans. They're given extra organs. Their skin tissue is toughened. Their bones are
organs.
stronger. They're taller than the average
love
person.
organ meat.
They're pretty massive people.
Heretic?
And these are the specialized
I am what I
super
am.
soldiers that carry out a lot of the more specific tasks for the Imperium. And
How
there's
good is the
tons
Space
of
Marine 1
legions
game,
of
by the
them.
way?
In fact, there's one per Primarch. Each
Ooh, nice.
Primarch, the Emperor's son, as I mentioned before, oversees their legion of Space Marines. The genetic upgrade
I
they
feel like
get
I
is
always
based
see
on
the
the
blue
gene.
one. I always see the blue one. I feel like every time you see
Yup.
Space Marines, it's
Early.
usually
Yup. Okay, you are correct here, Matara. You do always see the blue one. They are the most famous. I mean, Space Marine 2, the game, has you having them. But now that I'm a little bit older and a little bit wiser, I also know that is the Ultramarines. They're probably the best organized. And now that there's good guys and bad guys, they're probably one of like the better, bigger, stronger good guys that are remaining left. So they're probably sort of like the if you think of the good guys, quote unquote, they're there. They're just really well organized. Everything's going good. They got the money. They got everything. They're the poster boys. Exactly. So yeah, you are correct, Matara, that they are kind of the one that is always talked about, is always everything. And that's just because their Primarch really did some good work. Their Primarch got everything organized. He did everything good. And yeah, a little clap for them. Clap, 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 clap. Clap, clap, clap. Robute Guliman. You did a good job. Robute, you did great. You did great.
Legion of
The
Space
the
Marines.
blue one, right? Oh, I missed it.
The genetic upgrade they get is based on the genes of said Primarch. It's something called a gene seed. That's what brings them up to this like superhuman level. As stated, each Primarch has their own legion. Robot Girly Man has the Ultra.
Guliman.
Every legion is tied to every Primarch with the coloring, but also they have the gene of their Primarch.
Do they have the gene of the
So
Primarch?
if you
yeah,
think
I
about
guess.
it, they're distantly related to the Emperor,
They are.
right?
Yes. And then
They're
some other
distantly
seed
related to the Emperor because
failing.
the Emperor fathered those guys, and then these
Yeah.
guys get fathered. So they're like the grandsons of the Emperor.
But as the time
Cool,
goes
I love
on,
it.
their
That's why
genetics
they're
are
his angels.
failing.
Marines.
I like it.
Jagatai Khan has
Yes.
the White Scars.
love
Rogel
it.
Dorn has the Imperial Fists.
White Scars.
Corvus Corax has the Raven
love
Guard.
them. They're
There's
Okay,
a whole bunch of other
I'm not gonna lie, the Raven Guard looks great.
They look awesome. I
Oh my
love it.
goodness.
I love that they're stealthy, quote unquote.
Yeah, I feel like Legion 13 is always what I see. I always see that in promotional material. It's always like they're blue.
They are.
Cool.
They are always blue.
Looks awesome.
side sections
Can't
that
complain.
are also extremely interesting and have a little bit more of a twist on the average Space Marines, which we will discuss in a bit. Humorously enough, I don't have a whole lot to say about Space Marines. They're superhumanly fast. In fact, it's been said that nothing that large should move that quick. These men in power armor moving at blazing fast speeds. Their
Ultra
reflexes
Smurfs are the
faster,
poster
their
boys
skin
for the
is
whole
tougher.
universe.
They are
Yeah, I feel like I
overall
always see
extremely
them. I didn't
powerful
realize there
soldiers.
was different
In
ones
fact,
up
where they
until
differ
now.
comes down to which Space Marine Legion we're talking about. For
Yeah.
instance, the Ultramarines done by Robot Gilliman are the
You got
main
this.
blue boys. Strong in
Yep.
almost every way, the jack of all
Yep.
trades kind of group that are a little bit too strong, and that's a lore problem, but
You know why I also wonder? I wonder, okay, this is me like big braining it.
Big
But
brain.
with Pokemon, they had like Pokemon Green, and then they
Yes.
changed it to Red and Blue because
Oh.
they used to think that like green was kind of too girly of a color to sell in America.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's why they're also blue because it's like, you know, it's a boyish color.
And you have to remember, this is from the 1900s. This was big in like the 80s. So it's a lot easier to sell blue things to quote unquote boys than like a pink or a green or things like that. I'm just saying. But now some people have also said that it's because it's easy to paint. So hey,
Imagine if they were pink, right? If all of them had pink armor, it would be kind of a bigger step to get into it. Nowadays, branding is done very differently. Just so we're clear, branding is done very differently. But back when I used to get into gaming and things like that,
I'm
things
old.
were kind of advertised a little bit different. There are pink Marines, but they're not the poster boys, right? I just wonder, imagine in the 90s if this game came out, when this came out, right? In the 1900s,
She's right.
if they had just pink Space Marines,
She's right.
it would have been a lot harder to get in. Nowadays, different. Listen,
I hate to
nowadays,
say it. She's
different.
right.
But you have to remember, like, this was coming out in the 1900s, right? It would not work back then. Back then, if you had a bunch of these, like, big boys in pink armor, it wasn't going to work. Nowadays, easy. Easy. It works.
the White Scars by Jagatai Khan are all about
course
speed
pink Marines
freaks,
exist.
go
Nowadays,
fast.
of
We're talking
course,
attack
everything. I
bikes,
mean, the
we're
Tyranids are
talking
pink,
land
right?
speeders. You want to go in quick. You want to hit them hard. You
But
want to
I just feel like it would have been harder to market.
Okay. The scars are so cool. Man, the scars are so cool.
In the 1900s. If they had them
the
be, if they
speed
had their
of
main guys
buzzsaws.
be pink. Just so we're clear. Did I explain that properly?
Yes, you did.
God,
Fuck
I
you,
love the
Pale
White
King.
Scars so much. I'm sorry. Look at them. They're on a bike with machine guns. And sometimes you see photos of them. They're on a bike with machine guns with a sword.
Uh-huh.
Speed of buzzsaws.
Jagatai, you really did
I love it.
something.
Fuck
It's
you,
not pink,
Pale King.
Matara.
Salamanders love
salmon.
fire. Fire in the forge, fire in battle. Flamers, melta
Y'all
guns,
like the
multi-meltas.
salamanders.
Just so long as
Still
something
like
can
the
be burning,
salamanders.
that's big. And they're also actually some of the nicest of the Space Marines. A lot of Space
Yeah,
Marines
we talked
have
about
this
that
kind of
last
like
time.
holier than thou
You all
thing
like
because of their
them,
genetic
'cause they're the good
strength.
guys.
However, the salamanders tend
having
to
a
put
sparkling
human
water.
lives above the lives of themselves, which is actually rather rare. They're also all black, but not like just regular black, like 2 a.m. line at a White Castle black. Like they have a charcoal dark, ashy exterior and blazing red eyes.
They look great.
Apparently something about living on their home planet of Nocturne, which I don't
They
know if
look
that
awesome.
makes much sense, but who cares? This
Can
is
I
like
make the joke
Fantasyland anyway.
darkness
Overall,
when he said
salamanders
Nocturne?
are actually
I
one of
don't
my
think I
personal
did.
favorite legions because they're just really cool. They're fun to
Blue is
play
the
as because of
easiest
all
to
their
paint.
flamer
It's also
weapons,
visible to
and
those
they
who are
have a nice,
colorblind.
like,
Super
more
smart.
heartwarming lore. As
Super
opposed
smart
to
of them.
being super evil
They did it
like
smart.
everyone else is. Oh my god, we're not even a quarter of the way through the Space Marine Legions.
Doing great, Bricky.
Imperial fists believe in the power of the siege,
I
offensive
little-
positions, Raven
Hold on,
Guards.
hold on, the little flying baby.
Yes!
Imperial
My beloved cherubims, let's go.
This little flying baby gives me absolute Darkest Dungeon 2 vibes.
I love it.
Look, the little flying baby. Tag yourself. that's
Servitor
me.
babies, let's go.
What are the cherubs exactly? Because I know what the servo skull is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know what the
Basically that.
servo skull is because I played
Lobotomized baby.
Mechanicus. So the cherubs are a robot baby giving out orders.
Yep.
It's a servitor. They lobotomize the baby.
Yep. And he brings bullets to the battlefield.
Oh my god. This world is very punk rock.
I know they're going to talk about the retconning
What
here,
the
right?
heck? Cloned, lobotomized, defective.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Still the same.
Oh my god.
And they're
Supposedly they
sassy.
retconned them to be totally artificial.
Pussies.
I mean,
cowards.
I get it, right? But
Cowards.
also, why the stylistic choice of a cherub baby? Hey,
fists believe in the
They
power
look
of the
cool,
siege,
though,
defensive
right?
positions, Raven
Cowards.
Guards, master of stealth and sabotage while
amazing.
having bird helmets, Iron Hands, masters of machines and vehicles while being really goddamn good at being sold on eBay after one nerf. Space wolves, Vikings and wolves and tons of wolves
The
and
killers.
axes, battle
I'm
axes,
confused.
fur
There's a wolf
everywhere, space
and a
wolves,
lion legion.
angry,
Yep.
all the animals.
Blood angels, the
Well, no, the Lion I think it's not that there's a Lion Legion. It's just that the Primarch isn't Lionel Johnson, right? I think that's what I'm confused about here. Yeah, it's just his name. Like the Space Wolves, yeah, it's just the
genetic
names.
defect to make them want to drink blood and go crazy called the Red
Yummy.
Thirst. They have cupid wings and stuff, which is a little bit strange, and they are all
Yep.
super gay for Sanguinius.
I mean,
Dark
look at
Angels
him.
are old school knights.
Wait, he's the one that died though.
They are
so.
all super gay.
I mean, look at him.
him.
Do you blame him?
How many times have I done that in this video? Where I just said the exact same thing in the same cadence.
For Sanguinius. Dark Angels are old school knights and inner circle theme. And
Type of 1 if you two are gay for Sanguinius.
Are you a heretic?
Type of 1 if you two are gay and for
Oh,
Sanguinius.
just one lion. Oh.
Death Watch,
See?
fancy
Well, that
pantsy,
changes
anti-Xeno.
everything.
See, I learned that. It's not the lion. It's not the lions. It's just one lion. See, new me has learned from past me that is just one lion.
This group that nobody plays because Death Watch, and they look cool though, but no one plays them. I don't know about Death Watch. They're there though. Black Templars for the people who, if you haven't prayed at least 3 times a day, you're gonna start praying out that airlock.
Oh my God,
And
this
I'm
is
sure
just
some
like
other chapters
Kenshi
I may
with the
have missed
prayers.
as well, like Crimson Fists and stuff. But those are the main ones right here. Here. Quote from the Emperor himself. They shall be my finest
You play Death
warriors.
Watch?
These men who
Nice.
give of themselves
Who else
to
here
me.
plays Death
like
Watch? Talk
clay,
to me.
I shall mold them, and in the furnace of war I shall forge them.
And
They shall
everything
be
was
of
quiet.
iron will and steely sinew. In great armor I shall clad them, and with the mightiest weapons shall
Your
they be
brother
armed.
does?
They
You?
will be
Okay, a
untouched
few
by
people.
plague
I
or
wonder if their
disease.
brother
No
still plays
sickness
Death
shall
Watch.
blight them.
Very few
They
people,
shall
but
have
you're
such
there. You
tactics,
exist.
strategies and machines that no foe will best them in battle. They are my bulwark against the terror. They are my defenders of humanity. They are my space marines.
I'm the one
and
talking.
they shall know no fear. And on the tabletop, they fuck. Oh, they fuck hard. As of making this video, Space Marines
They
are
do look
laughably strong. That might
cool.
change at
Kuliman
some
looks
point.
so
Overall,
damn
Space
cool.
Marines just have the,
Yeah,
it's like a
they look
Swiss
great.
Army knife, a tool for anything you need, except it's like a gold-plated Swiss Army knife. It is extremely strong. If you are actually getting into the tabletop of Warhammer, Space Marines are a great start. Also,
Okay.
whatever gameplay style you have, whether you want to be sit back with long range and heavy weaponry, go fast and run in, or even just full melee, all of these options are totally there for you. Space Marines are super badass, but unfortunately,
brother has a custom
it's
Death
time
Watch
we
army?
start
That sounds
praying
fun.
to our new
Poor
god,
brother.
the 2011 Honda Civic.
So is it any wonder people
I
are
love 'em
afraid
still.
of technology?
Technology.
I
love
beat Mechanicus.
The
Love him
Adeptus
still.
Mechanicus.
Amazing.
The Adeptus Mechanicus are a technophile cult on Mars. Now, these people are a little bit weird because they don't actually really believe in
I
the
almost
Emperor
said
of
it, but I did it, I
mankind.
swear.
And you might think, oh, whoa,
little
whoa,
bit.
whoa, Bricky, that sounds like some heresy. A little bit. They believe in the Emperor. They believe in his power, but they don't pray to him. They pray to something called the Omnissiah.
Yup.
And the
From
Omnissiah
the moment.
is this kind of machine god that they believe
I understood
permeates
the
in
weakness of
all
my
machines.
flesh.
And if you
felt the
think, well,
weakness of
wait
my
a minute,
flesh.
they
It
believe in a
disgusted me.
different god as well? That sounds like super heresy. Well, yes-ish, but they also make all your guns,
Yep.
and they make all your tanks.
So we're nice to them.
And they make everything that you have.
Wait,
So
they,
you
okay. Is
can't
it a
really
spoiler
tell them
if
to
you tell
fuck
me about
off
them worshiping the Necron god?
Because you're not
I'm
gonna
curious
win
about it,
nothing if you don't
but I'm
got
also
stuff
playing
to shoot
Mechanicus.
people with. See, their Omnissiah at least makes sense
Not a
from
spoiler.
their standpoint. They believe it to be a deity that permeates through all machines. Your Honda Civic.
It's kinda
your
spoilery. Okay,
standard
then never
bolt
mind, never
gun,
mind.
Your
Let's wait for it.
Dune Strider Walker. It's
not a spoiler,
it's
your
not
giant-
canon.
your
Okay.
huge ships. The Omnissiah
kinda not
is
confirmed.
present
Okay.
through all.
Already know
And
it's
the
a legend.
only reason your stuff works.
Oh my god,
is
the
because
music.
the
We're getting
I do have to say, next time I react to things, if I want to talk less, I just need to be on the treadmill. It's so much easier to not talk as much when I'm working out. Who would have thought?
the
spirit
Mechanicus
in it.
music.
Says it works. If you want your gun to work, your tank to run,
The
you must
Mechanicus
break-
music.
and I mean full stop. You need to start chanting in
Ah,
high
it's
Gothic.
so good.
You need to burn incense. You need to sit on your
I
knees.
love the way they
and
look. They look
pray to
incredible.
that car.
The
You need
axe-
to
the
rub
axe that
oil
Zentria
on your
uses
robes,
in
and you need to go,
Mechanicus.
Because I'm breathing?
Full
No,
stop.
I'm breathing through my
If
nose.
You want your damn thing to work. If you want
not
your
breathing
gun to
through my
fire,
mouth, baby.
You need to do that. They
not
are
good.
very bizarre, and
I
they
love them.
actually have a bit of a point because it's obviously working. And if you look at them, I don't know how that works.
He
So
looks
they
so
obviously know something about what they're doing. The most notable
Yup.
member of the Adeptus Mechanicus is Magos, whatever. Belisarius
Archmagos.
Call. Look at this dude. Look at this dude.
He looks
I'm
cool.
looking.
Yeah. This is the group we're talking about. These are these weirdos.
I'm looking.
Here, the Omnissiah Creed. The credo.
Where there's two
Omnissiah.
Mataras.
There
Oh,
is no
baby.
truth in flesh, only betrayal. There is no strength
Oh,
in
baby.
flesh, only weakness.
Little
There
do
is
you
no
know.
constancy in flesh, only decay. There is no certainty in flesh, but death. Flesh is weakness.
Meanwhile, me,
flesh
a
is
full
death.
organic,
Omnissiah is the god of the
true.
machines.
Still am
and if
full
you wish
organic.
Zen
to be
versus me.
whole, if you wish to be holy,
Very
if you
true.
wish to give unto him,
It's
you
Tyranid
must
and
saw
Necron.
down your limbs and remove your organs and replace them with mechanical parts because that is what he wants and that is how you will become enlightened. Hard technophiles mixed with religious extremism.
I love it.
Adeptus Mechanicus. Now, for their army
them.
side of things, they are with the Scutari. The Scutari operate with very bizarre weaponry
Barely
and
use
lots
them.
of different kinds
I
of
know
vehicles,
about them
tanks,
because of the
different
game.
people.
Yay!
They're very weird.
The whole time in Mechanicus, I just used servitors and had the magas do everything. Honestly. Why are there two Mataras? Because we are re-reacting to last year's reaction.
But they have extremely wacky and enjoyable, and in fact quite effective, both in the real game and in the lore, weaponry and gear.
Are they gonna show the big
Overall,
tank
as an
guy
army on the tabletop,
that I just
they're
unlocked?
very weird and have a whole bunch of different shenanigans. But if you like kind of that quirky, wacky techno thing, I'd give them a pickup.
Yeah.
Hell, they're so paranoid. I gotta keep going. They're so paranoid and crazy. These Dune Striders you see right here, one guy was able to make them work. One guy.
Is that what
and
they
he
are?
died.
The
And
Castellan
they're
robots?
So scared.
I just had
to
unlocked them,
again,
and then
but
I,
they keep
you
them
know,
on and
you
they
keep
never turn
going.
them off.
So wait, I never used the Castellan robots in Mechanicus, but if I remember correctly, and I could be misremembering, they're different than the knights, right? Like the knights come from the worlds that are medieval coded, but the Castellan robots are kind of like that version, but they're loyal to the Mechanicus, and they're again, yeah, they're much smaller than the knights. Like each of the medieval worlds could maybe have like one knight. Feudal worlds, right? That's a better way to put it than medieval. I didn't realize how big the robot was because in Mechanicus, it didn't look that big. Cool.
Off, and they
Now we
run
know.
around in a circle the whole time until they need them, and then they corral it, and they go into battle. Yep.
I like it.
The Adeptus
Oh, they
Mechanicus.
are AI
Now, if you wanna
robots.
talk-
Ooh, I didn't realize that the Castellans were actually AI robots, but just dumbed down, obviously, because AI is super illegal. Past Mata has a slightly different tone than present Mata. I feel like we're the same. I'm just a little bit congested and I'm on the treadmill. You ever thought about playing Bricky in a game of 40K? Oh yeah, Bricky's gonna be teaching me how to run a Tyranid army. It was for the sub goal.
Talk about
For
faith,
40K!
though. Let's talk about the Sisters of Battle.
Oh, beauties. My Ongo Gabloingians.
Argenta, my
The
beloved.
Sisters of Battle of the Adeptus Sororitas, if that's how I pronounce it
Adepta.
correctly.
Okay, I see, I
Is
see.
an all-female group of
Let's go.
battle
Hell yeah.
sisters going
No men at
through the
arms allowed, only women at
ecclesiarchy
arms.
section of the Imperium. The ecclesiarchy
Nuns
is,
with
of course,
guns.
the church. This is, imagine a private army of the church.
I might actually
Which
get
is
into them because
scary,
women.
And it is. The sisters are an extremely zealotous force.
Thank you for the
and they
bits,
take
by the
this
way,
to a
professional.
full extreme. They believe in three main things: faith,
Oh, wow.
martyrdom, and fire.
Okay, hold on. Wow.
I still think
Oh,
this
that
is very
looks
wow.
Cool.
I still think this is great.
Oh, that looks cool.
I agree.
I love how they still have like some augment. Like it looks like she kind of has like, I know it's not the robotic arm of the Adeptus, but it kind of looks like it. She
Her
has the
Melta pack,
wow,
right?
They're all in red. And the birds with, wow, this is great.
Of course, it's hard to tell which Mata is talking. It's the same woman talking. Hello? Wait, Matara? Okay, there we go.
Fire. Through the bolter, the flamer, and the melta.
Oh, I
these
love the
Sisters of Battle
Inquisition
are
belt. That's so
extremely
cool.
potent at taking out
Oh, the eye
chaos
for the
and
Inquisition. I
heretics.
get it.
Mainly heretics.
She gets it.
because as they are a fighting section
She
of
gets
the
it.
ecclesiarchy
Love it.
church, that's
They
the
look
big
so
thing they want
good.
to kill. Any form of heretic will face the Emperor's justice through those three main weapons: the bolter, the
you're telling
flamer,
me
and the
God's
melta,
army is
and
just
they will do
sexy
so
girls.
with
It is.
I love it.
extreme
God loves sexy
prejudice.
girls.
Literally. They are the closest things we have to nuns in space. And I'm talking hardcore nuns.
Hell
they
yeah.
carry holy fire on their backs. They have holy books and
Imagine going
sigils
into battle
all
with,
across
like,
their
the
armor.
Olympic
their
torch.
main battle tank is
Yup.
a fucking pipe organ missile launcher.
That is
they have
cool.
small babies
Brain
that they
bullets.
have
A little
like,
less cool.
removed their brain capacity
little
to
less
make them
cool.
little servant
No, very cool.
cherubs
Kinda
to
cool,
fly
though.
around and give them ammunition and shit.
Kind of cool though,
They
but I don't
drop
know. Is it bad? Am I gonna
churches
get canceled?
from low orbit?
If
as
I say
mini
kinda
drop
cool?
pods onto battles. They drop churches
That is
into
punk
battles.
rock. That is
and they
extremely
blare
punk rock.
war hymns and holy music
That is
from their
cool.
frigates
Yep.
in low atmosphere and shower holy water across the battlefield.
That is cool.
These are the people you are dealing with, and they're fucking awesome. They can literally stave off demons
Hell yeah.
on the tabletop because their faith is that strong. Remember the warp, the demons?
Speaking of sisters, there's an awesome channel called Hymns of the Imperium, and they came out with a Christmas carol for Sanguinala called Rejoice Ye Sisters. It rocks hard. Thank you, Voitan. We should react to it after this.
From the warp.
Great
Well,
idea.
The warp also manifests in your mind. All of your emotions,
Maybe at the end.
negative and positive, go through the warp. It's the Imperium, the place of all things. So if you are that mentally
There's a group that takes a
fortified,
coffin with
that
them to battle.
mentally strong,
That's
you
insane.
can stave off horrifying demons.
They have
And
weaponized
all
religious
these
care and
girls,
energy. I love
not
that for them.
Crack.
They are the girl
Not a
bosses.
crack in that mental armor. Now, as much
I
as
love
a
it.
meme as they are, and as much as their models look a lot like Ongo Gabloglian,
Gabloglian.
yeah, which I can't unsee anymore. I
Yep.
gotta say, I
God,
love
they
their
look so
design.
good.
They look
I
awesome.
think they're extremely.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean about the hair.
Yep.
Oh no, the hair. Oh no,
It's quite
that's actually so
unfortunate.
unfortunate. The hair. Oh, I see.
I think if I
exactly
paint
what
them,
you
I might make them
mean.
blonde or redhead.
Oh no, no.
But not white blonde. Like,
Oh no!
different.
Why do they all have the hair?
Hmm.
No. No,
on the hair. Actually, I haven't learned the
They're
story
another
behind the
army that are
hair.
currently collecting.
Wow.
Unless maybe I did last year and I forgot.
I'm not gonna lie, this looks amazing.
Tell me.
I need this tank just because I need it. With the baby on it, wow.
Mhm.
How much y'all think this tank is? Like 400, 300?
200.
collecting.
50.
They just released a whole new line of figures
Great British
very
pounds.
recently.
Wow.
And they look wonderful. Everything from Celestine, the living, literally
80 bucks? Oh,
undying
easy.
saint from the
Oh, actually, one of you told me this story last year. Why? Because one of the sisters met with the emperor and her hair went white. That sounds familiar. Genuinely. So, I feel like you probably told me last year and I forgot. I'm so sorry.
triumph of Saint Catherine.
Not to brag, but I do have access to unlimited money.
The Momokane.
I do have access to the Momokane.
Just literally a funeral
Limited money.
procession.
Okay,
as
the
a
little
model.
heart. I'm sorry. This is so, I know some of you might fight me on this, but this is very Hello Kitty girly pop, okay?
Yeah,
Look, it's got a heart.
I agree.
It's got babies.
Saint
Uh-huh.
Catherine, which is literally
love
a
it.
funeral procession as a model.
I will ask
Those
for a
organ
loan from the
tanks
Bank
I
of
mentioned
Momo.
earlier. This shit is the most over-the-top badassery
I love
in
it.
a lot of the Warhammer universe, and goddamn it, is it over the top? But Sisters of Battle.
Hello
are
Kitty
so
cherub
cool.
incoming.
While I'm a guardsman
It's
at heart.
happening.
Oh, this is such a
The tank is
cool
called the
faction.
Exorcist.
By
Thank
Bolter
you.
Shell, Flamer
I will
Burst,
check it out.
and Melta Blast, the mutant, the heretic,
love it.
and the
I love
traitor
it.
alike are cleansed of their sin of existence. So it has been for 5 millennia, so shall it be until the end of time. And
Ooh, the
speaking
music.
Uh-oh.
of burning demons,
Zen's favorite. Zen's
the Grey
favorite. Zen's
Knights are
favorite.
the first army I actually collected back in 7th edition.
Okay.
Grey Knights are a super secretive and
you
much
post a
more
link?
old
No.
school look at power armored knights. Except
You asked,
they
I
are
answered.
all
I would say the same thing today. Matara. You go, girl. Can I post a link? No. You asked, I answered.
psychers. All of them have that crazy space
Okay,
magic.
so that's why
magician
they're
shit.
so strong.
For every 100,000
I was wondering
guardsmen,
why.
there's one Grey Knight. For every
Yeah,
10,000
that's why.
Sisters of Battle,
So it's an elite
there's one
army.
Grey Knight. For every 1,000 Space Marines, there's one Grey Knight. Grey Knights are the strongest of the strong, both in mental will
Mm-hmm.
and absolute just strength. These are Space Marines that are all
She did. Zen did say that these are her
high-level psychers.
favorites.
She did.
All of them able to specifically do one goal, and that is
Everything people
kill
complain about the
demons.
Ultramarines
The
for, the
Emperor
Grey Knights are
believed
worse.
That the demons of chaos were the #1 threat to the Imperium, and he
Their
probably
Primarch is the
right.
Emperor.
However, this group is
kinda hot.
entirely based on doing that through a myriad of tactics.
That's pretty
Coming
badass.
from the planet, or I guess the moon of Titan in the Sol system, the Grey Knights are thrown through extremely rigorous training.
that's why I've heard
and
about
are as
Titan
clear
before.
of mind and soul as they possibly can be. Since the demons of the warp are the warp, and your mind projects to the warp, people can go insane very fast, especially lower level psychers. These Grey Knights need to be able to harness the warp in the presence of demons.
They were
and stay
made during
perfectly
heresy?
same.
The Horus
One of the
heresy?
characters, one of my
I
favorite
mean, hey, a lot of y'all were made during some kind of heresy, let's be honest. But
characters.
I'm
is named
sorry. I'm
Aslan
sorry for that
Crow.
joke.
He has a demon blade, the black blade
I have
of
to look him up
Mahamahama.
a little
and
bit
he
more.
has to have it on him because it tempts everyone nearby, constantly beckoning them.
So you're
Use
telling
my
me he's
power.
using a demon
Use
artifact?
my-
Mata, I was delivered by storks. My parents found me in a cabbage. I promised my parents they found me in the bread. They baked me. They baked me. They made me. They baked me from clay and mud.
To
strength,
fight.
suck my penis, whatever the possibility. And so he has to keep it on him all the time as this thing whispers to him consistently, and he has to.
Is it
stave
really
off
whispering to him, "Suck
forever,
my
being
penis"?
alone in his chambers.
What? What? Matara?
Him all the time as this thing whispers to him consistently, and he has to.
Is it
stave
really
off
whispering to him, "Suck
forever,
my penis"?
Being alone in his
'Cause-
chambers or on the battlefield.
What?
Because anyone who gets too close to it might be tempted a little too hard. He is that pure of heart and mind, and all the characters in the Grey Knights are basically like that. The only issue is that
It's a Slanesh blade.
Grey
Yeah,
Knights
okay,
have a
it definitely
scorched earth
does.
policy.
I mean, is she wrong? If it's a Slanesh blade, it's probably whispering sexual things. I was right.
You know, more
It
ways
definitely
than
does
one.
whisper those
If
things.
they're fighting
I was
demons,
right!
demons corrupt and make people crazy. So if I'm a guardsman,
I
and
wasn't
I'm fighting
wrong.
Demons, and the Grey Knights arrive,
Interspecies
the demons.
reviewer.
I'm a risk.
Ricky!
What
the fuck?
Guess who's not making it out of there? On the tabletop, they're very strike fast, strike hard kind of people. They teleport all around the place.
Look at
They're
him with his
fast
little
strike
hammer.
groups, small amounts of models because
look
they're
as a
so
great
big and
hammer.
strong. You only have
They
so
look
many
awesome.
characters, but with it, you get in there. You're very tough, very tanky. You
They
hit
kill
really
everyone,
hard,
even
and
civilians?
You try to bounce around the battlefield
Listen.
quickly, but you don't have numbers. And
All is
so
fair in
every
love and
dead
war.
Grey Knight hits really damn hard.
Ooh, the
They're fun,
head.
though,
Is
if
that
you
a
like kinda-
Harlequin head or is that an Eldari head?
Where?
Is that a dark Eldar
Oh,
or a
That's
Harlequin?
That's
What is
not
that
a
exactly
Harlequin. That's
that
like some
he's holding?
Slaneshi demon, right? It could
It's
be a Harlequin,
demon
but it's
head.
some
a
kind of
Slanesh
yeah,
demon.
Slaneshi.
Okay. And they're called a demonette
There
when
we
it's a
go.
Slanesh demon.
See, now I know better.
Okay. Thank you.
I said
Fast
Slaneshi
strike.
I haven't
demon.
seen that before.
Oh, and also Caldor Drago.
I don't
is
think
a
I've
thing.
seen a lot of
We're not even
Slanesh's
getting
demons,
into
to be
Caldor
honest.
Drago.
They're lame.
All right, that is.
They don't look so
goodness
cool.
gracious. I am
Look
the
at Sigmar
hammer.
stuff,
I
Matara.
am the mail about his fist. I am the spear in his hand.
Demonettes are one of
Though
the
we
many
are
Slanesh
lost, I
demons.
am the shield
Makes
on
sense.
his arm. I am
Very
the flight
cute,
of
very
his
girly
arrows.
pop,
I am the
exactly. I'll have
hammer.
to check
I
them
am
out.
The sword. I am the shield. I am a
Listen.
soldier at the battle at the end.
I like
of
pink and
time.
purple. Sue
Grey
me.
Knights are pretty hardcore.
I also like
They
red
are
and
as
gold.
holy as you can get for a space marine. If you like space marines and you want to, you know,
like
they're holy
blue.
enough, you want to be holier.
And green.
Grey Knights. Now, if you want to be holier and big, let's talk Imperial Knights.
Ooh.
Lord, he coming.
Do you like gigantic
Oh my
walkers
God.
the size of homes
Yes.
or medium-sized buildings?
Yes.
Do you want to kill heretics, but you want to kill like 40 of them per turn? Do you want a gigantic old
This is
school
wild.
knight noble house style of walkers with
I wonder-
giant
oh.
chainsaw arms?
God,
Then you got Imperial Knights. Imperial Knights,
dropped-
it's not a whole lot to talk about them
What did you
because
drop?
they're just gigantic walkers, but they have
What
like
did you
an
drop?
old school like
Matara?
house feel to them. Like literally, like there are houses. Each Imperial Knight comes from a
Houses?
house,
They're more like
and each of them
hotels.
act in their own special way.
They're more like
These
giant
behemoth
moving
of
hotels.
walkers
She's right,
also
she's right.
destroy almost everything in their path, killing full swaths of squads in a couple.
You didn't
didn't
know
say
they
what
were a
she
separate
said.
stepping on
faction?
legions
Well,
of
you're
troops.
welcome.
Like these things do not mess around, and they look so cool. Imperial
Ricky, I'm
Knights
sorry
and
I covered
Chaos
you
Knights,
sometimes.
actually, for that matter, don't
I'm
have a
not
whole lot
sorry.
to discuss. They're just super big, heavy walkers, and they look different.
Look at him
depending on
just
your house or
staring
chaos
down the
god you
demon.
currently believe in.
Hey,
And
demons,
overall,
it's
these
me.
things are
Ya
just
boy.
really cool if you
Ya
want
boy.
to murder everything in your path. They're the
Shit,
big,
we didn't say
scary,
it at the
big
same time.
unit of Warhammer.
We're
And if you want to
disconnecting.
collect them, go to town. They make for a great painting project too.
Yeah,
You go back
I
down
wanna see
Earth,
how big
let's
they
talk
are
something
on the
a little bit,
table.
a little bit different, a little more.
You can't just ask people to see how big they are, Matara.
Ah, there we go.
If
The
guardsmen
custodes.
are regular soldiers, space marines are super
These are the
soldiers.
ones that also don't
Grey
have
Knights
girls,
are
right?
super soldiers. The Adeptus
Yes.
custodes
Not
are
anymore.
super soldiers.
How the
too.
times have changed,
The Adeptus
Matara.
custodes are the
They're super,
third
super
major
soldiers.
army I own. I know 3 armies. I know. I got carried away. Okay, but that's all. I only have 3. Okay.
They have girls? I thought somebody says that the custodes don't
They
have
are our
girls.
final brand of Space Marines, but these ones are super special. Okay?
Really?
If
Super,
a guardsman is
super
6 foot,
special.
a Space Marine is 7 feet, a custodian is 8 feet. These are the
Oh.
giant defenders of Holy Terra.
Oh,
which
you're
is
7
also
feet?
Earth.
I'm
Earth
8
is
feet.
Terra.
Okay.
Earth, Terra themselves.
Oh, you
These
got
are
2
the people
arms?
that
I got
literally
2.5
guard
arms.
The Emperor's throne.
And 3
room.
legs.
Okay, so
Hence
they're...
custodes.
I get it, I
These
get it.
boys protect the Emperor's throne room at all times.
I
and
love
are
their
literally
tall
like handcrafted
helmet.
people. They're not humans brought up by a gene seer or something. These are all handcrafted super soldiers.
Interesting.
I think from a tube.
Oh, this
These
is Henry Cavill's
behemoth
army.
of men are like 8 feet, 8.5 feet tall, and functionally immortal. They stand still, spear in hand, for hundreds of years without the
ready.
need to sleep and barely
Listen, it's
even
Henry
the need
Cavill.
to eat. Watching over
Cavill,
the throne
right?
room and every other
Oh,
area
really?
of Holy Terra.
Your favorite faction
for
is the ones
their entire
guarding
purpose
the
in
Emperor?
life.
I could
And
see that.
oh
He's a
my
basic little
lord,
guy.
are they terrifying.
I could see
These
that.
custodians put Space Marines to shame.
I guess I
If you
guess I
liked
would
your
have just
super
loved him
soldiers,
more
your
if he
super
liked the
mega
evil
soldiers,
or the
one of
Tyranids,
these
but
men can take
you know,
on probably 3
my
Space
love
Marines
should
and
not
most
be
likely
conditional
win.
on your
There are many
favorite
different groups of
Warhammer
custodians
faction.
as
He
well,
just
like
doesn't
the
have that
Solar
sense of
Watch,
whimsy,
Or there's also
you know?
one of my
I
personal
just-
favorite, the Aquilian Shield.
Yeah, I'm not
the Aquilian
surprised
Shield go out
that he
to
likes them.
seemingly unimportant individuals and
After this
protect
video,
them.
I gotta
They believe
stretch.
that they are
I
gonna be
didn't
doing
stretch
something very
before, now I'm
important
starting to
in their
feel it.
lives.
Like
For
he
instance,
likes-
let's say a regular
legs.
guardsman
Makes sense.
is the protection of this giant 8.5-foot tall golden god, because that guardsman will end up becoming
They
a
stood
general
posing
one day or
naked
something of
after
that
the
nature.
Emperor
The
fell?
custodians
Okay.
work in
I like him
mysterious
now.
ways.
I don't
They're
believe that.
always outnumbered.
Is that true?
But never outmatched.
Or did I get
He
God?
plays Blood
people
Angels.
are
Okay, the Blood Angels do
pretty
look really
horrifying,
crazy.
both
Maybe he
on the
just really likes
tabletop
black.
as
Maybe he just
well as
likes
in the
gold
lore.
and red.
There are very
I don't
few
blame
of them,
him.
however, and there's actually extremely small amount of them. But that's kind of the point. There's only so many of these people that can have war
Toxic.
gear
I
this
don't see why not.
strong, weapons
It's already
this
very
powerful, and
close to the
training
original
this good.
colors.
And the custodians have all 3 of it. For 100 years,
Original Custodes lore was that they were naked full time. Yes. Oh my god, maybe I do like this faction. Hello?
stood my watch amidst the somber shadows of the Sanctum
Honestly,
Imperialis. I was
maybe he
still
just
as a
really likes
statue,
gold
but
and-
always ready,
and red.
always
I don't blame
attuned
him.
to
It looks
dangers
great.
unseen. Days, months, years passed by in a frenzy.
My
of
loneliness
young
is showing
Henry
again?
Field's,
40K
yet
show is
within
coming out,
little
by the way.
Apparently, it just got greenlit again. Please do not speak about my loneliness. For some of you that do not know, today was a sad event for me. I've been bamboozled. I'm not going to go into details, but on December 23rd, 2024, my heart was broken. Somebody that I trusted betrayed me. I was invited on a romantic outing and it was fake. I have been heavily betrayed, okay, today. So please, if you're watching this in the future, know that December 23rd, I was heavily betrayed. We healed her with subs. I'm so sad. Can we please get 5 gifted subs, please?
moved and nothing changed. For 100
so sad.
years, I did not but wait. Yet had any threat appeared, I would have struck it down in a heartbeat. For 100 years, I stood my
2026,
watch,
probably to
and
be
as
years
it ends,
off.
I can tell you this: patience is a weapon. The custodians
I think
are
if-
the top dogs.
That's the lion
of
guy.
The Imperium,
That's the one
and
lion guy.
Lionel
Is that
Johnson.
not?
Though I do
The
want
one
to discuss
lion
a little
guy.
bit about
Lion,
the
L.
Sisters of Silence
Sisters of Silence,
before we
right?
Get out of here, because the
Or
Sisters
is it
of Silence
another-
I also have a few of.
You all lied to me. You told me there's one lion guy. You told me there's only one lion guy.
Hiroka, thank you so much for the 20 gifted subs. Thank you for stealing 6 whole subscriptions from Valorant. Thank you. Thank you for taking money from the rich and giving it to me.
Okay? But clearly there's
Oh, yes. Also, my mother has laughed at me. When I told this story to my mother on stream afterwards, she laughed at me. So, yes, the trauma.
2 lion guys, so you lied to me.
It's a gift sub.
There's 2 lion guys, clearly. This guy also has a
It's
lion.
gift sub.
Listen, come on. You can't be using lions for decoration when
the
that
Imperium,
man.
It's a gift
and
sub.
they
Say,
hurt just
you
that
all
same
lied to
way.
me.
Though
You
I
said
do
there was
want
only
to
one.
discuss a little bit about the Sisters of Silence
Okay,
before we
there we
get
go.
out of here.
There
'Cause
they
the
are.
Sisters of Silence, I also have a few
I
of.
love her tattoo.
And they're really fun, but they
They
don't
look
get enough attention.
badass.
These kind of bald plume ladies are a whole group of pariahs, or also known as blanks. We'll be referring to them as blanks from now on. So as every mind is somewhat connected to the warp, these blanks are a genetic mutation that has it suppressed heavily. Because of that mind suppression, normal people
Interesting.
feel this weird, like, uncomfortable nature when around them. When a
I
Sister
love
of
it.
Silence walks past them, you feel
It's a gift
ill.
sub.
You feel just
This is how much a year has changed. I keep searching my mind to make a joke about, like, that is how Bricky makes me feel. But I'm not going to say it because that's rude, but I'm thinking about it.
uncomfortable and strange. So most of them don't actually live past childhood, because once they are birthed, they're, well, you know, killed
Yeah.
or something at a very young age,
Yeah, I
because they
can
just
see that.
emit a horrifying aura. These ladies, however,
a
are
debuff.
guardians of the throne as
AoE
well
debuff.
for more psychic threats.
gift sub.
See, none of the custodians are psychers, so they have a difficult time dealing with major demons.
So
I was there on the day Matara was
It's a gift sub.
betrayed. Where were you on the day when Anthony slew my self-confidence?
the emperor has his
Little schmuck.
anti-magic in these girls, and he has his anti-physical in the custodes. That's really such a
and
cool
other kinds
power.
of psychic phenomena. These
yeah.
sisters
Thank you.
are extremely specialized in it.
Gift
All of
Sub.
them
I love
taking a
that.
vow of silence as they don't speak, hence the term Sisters of Silence.
They're hot.
But they communicate through hand gestures and things of that nature. But if
Gift
there's a
Sub.
demon issue, if there's any kind of warp-based problem, the
They're
sisters
there.
are extremely adept at dealing with them, thanks to their blank
Sub.
gene.
In their
They
presence,
normally
the laws
work
of
a
normal
lot of
space
time
are
with the
enforced. Your soul
custodians
is cut
because
off
they
from
have
the
to deal with
warp.
both kinds
It
of
feels
threats,
so wrong
but
to
they're
be
not
unable to
represented that well on
feel.
the tabletop. In fact, they only have like one real model for them, which is very unfortunate. I hope. they'll
Yeah,
get
I
some
wish
new
they'd
soon,
expand them
because
more,
I think they
but-
should really be working together.
that would
as
be
it
I
is
still
way
feel
in
that
the
way.
book,
Expanded them a
hopefully
bit
we'll
more.
get there soon. But if we're talking about blanks,
Necrons collect them
Gift
to
Sub.
make a new
Assassins.
type of better Necron.
Yay!
I've never
Oh
seen these guys.
my god. I have this one with the bulge. And I'm trying to find her. They're
Hold
so
on,
cool.
I have never seen Officio Assassinorum. I've never ever seen these guys before.
He's got a legendary
It's been a
bulge.
long
That's
video.
all I gotta
we're about
say.
to round it out. We got this and one more human thing, and then we're done.
I've
The
never seen
assassins,
them
though,
before.
The Officio Assassinorum. Oh boy.
You're not
These
supposed to see
people
them,
are
Matara.
Deadly. Yeah, they're called assassins. They should be. But
Don't call it the bulge. Okay, what else? What is it then?
These
What is it
people
then?
Mess you up. So
it
these
Eversor
are
or
the
Aerosaur? I forget.
Officio
I have the Eversor assassin, and I'm looking for Calidus. She's been out of stock forever, so I might just buy her on eBay or something.
Assassinorum, a very
Okay.
special organization, and they are handpicked by the Grand Master of the Officio Assassinorum from the what was it called? Scola Progenium. It's
Okay.
basically an orphan school.
gift
Your
sub.
parents got murdered by demons or something. You get sent to this, and you
Hogwarts
get
for
trained to be
assassins.
whatever. Tempestus Drop Troop, an Inquisitor, maybe even. Maybe you get a blank
Oh
gene
my
and you get
God.
thrown into the Sisters of Silence, or sometimes you just disappear. When you are taken, however, you go to one of 4 temples because
Okay.
the Assassinorum works in the temple style of things. These temples
Yeah, it is
are
Harry
the
Potter in
Vindicare,
space.
Caluxus, Calidus, and Eversor.
I wonder if they have a
temples.
sorting hat.
Start with the Vindicare. I'm
sorting
far
gun.
away. I've been sitting here for 3 weeks. Poof! The Vindicare Temple is the main sniper-based temple.
I love it.
Gigantic sniper rifles for all these assassins. Their whole point is to be able to be in a spot and sit there, eye and scope, for weeks, waiting for their perfect target.
I
Taking
love it.
people out from literal miles.
Hey, sometimes
away
you need
after
an assassin, right?
Extremely long time periods. The Vindicare Temple is about precise, perfect aim. There have been reports of Vindicares being able to single out particular body parts from over 2-3 miles away.
There's a really
Temples
cool
in the
fanfic
head,
about
the
these guys called
jugular,
Can Love
for instance,
Bloom on
and
the
been sitting there
battlefield.
after weeks.
I'll have to
When
check
they're
it
ready,
out.
Take that shot,
Just like in my
time
Japanese
is
anime.
done, packs them up. The Calidus Temple, however,
Baby.
is a lot
Speaking
more
of
about
Metal Gear,
shape-shifting.
I keep saying this, and I'm gonna keep saying this. She looks like she could be a Metal Gear Solid boss. There's art of her that looks just like art of a lot of Metal Gear Solid stuff. I'm just saying she looks like she could be a Metal Gear Solid boss. I don't care.
and DeviantArt. It's mostly a female-based one.
God, look at her abs!
And this allows a lot
abs.
of body augmentation for certain individuals to be
maybe
able
I
to
do like
kinda
women.
transmorph themselves and infiltrate areas that are problems. These
Oh my
assassins
God.
will end up taking missions that take them years, 2-3 years, to infiltrate a heretical group and slowly work their way up, just
She's
to get enough
shape-shifting
time
those abs.
to put a bullet
Stop, they're real
into the
to
main
me.
target's head and then escape unharmed.
They're real to
Or
me, her ab.
become the main target and
See,
sap-
this art right
looks
there.
like it could
Yep.
come from Metal Gear. Am I
Yep.
right? Like this right here, if you showed this to me and said this is a villain in Metal Gear Solid, I'd believe you. I would believe you. She is from Metal Gear Solid. She looks like a Metal Gear boss. She really does. Okay,
Am
can
I
we
wrong?
please not talk about Psycho Mantis? When I played Metal Gear, I thought
Oh my god, my trauma is coming back. Oh. Psycho Mantis was fun. It's Decoy Octopus. It's Decoy Octopus. It's Decoy Octopus that was my trauma. Basically, TLDR, this is a little bit of a spoiler for Metal Gear. The whole game, I kept going through the game being like, thinking that everybody was Decoy Octopus.
I didn't trust anybody because I thought everybody was decoy octopus.
Thought that. Oh no, it wasn't like.
Yeah,
I
it
remember
was
there was a
Decoy
character that
Octopus.
I like. It
was
wasn't Psycho Mantis.
Decoy
It was like
Octopus
one
Matara.
character they said it had like the power to shapeshift. Spoiler for Metal Gear
I trusted nobody.
Solid. And then I kept looking. Decoy Octopus was his name, and I kept looking for him everywhere. No spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 1. Play it, but
So dumb.
yeah.
So dumb.
So then when I hear the word Psycho Mantis, I think of Decoy Octopus as well.
Sabotage it from within. These are all
She looks
completely about
amazing.
She
I
really
need
does.
if this is a figurine right there, if this is a poster, I need her.
deception,
This
mind
looks
tricks,
so good.
polymorphing, and everything in between. And lots of drawings.
She has a
Lots
model.
of drawings. The Eversor Temple.
Oh, that looks nice.
Kind of disturbing one. The Eversor Temple is about when you don't want anything to come
I
back
did
alive,
Artesia.
friend, or
Show it.
foe.
I really
You want it
did.
all
Show the figure.
dead. And Eversor
Show it,
time.
Bricky.
is psychogenically
Show the figure,
conditioned
Bricky.
with
I
just
have the mini.
Okay, I
psychotherapy
love
and
his nails.
psychological torture to only
His
feel
nails?
violence,
Show the figure.
hatred, and anger. It does the Clockwork Orange style of thing of just making you forced to watch never-ending pain and misery and psycho conditioning,
Show
I
it.
guess is
Yeah,
the
but his
term.
nail.
And then they
Show
pump you
bulge.
full of tons of psychedelic drugs and they cryo-freeze you.
Oh.
And then they drop you in an area where they just want to make sure everything is dead. And
Oh.
then you defrost full of just all this insane, mind-boggling psychotherapy and psychedelic drugs.
Well-
and you just go to town.
Getting a cramp in my
you
leg
don't
'cause I
care
didn't
if anyone
stretch.
comes back alive. You're like, all right, lost cause.
Right?
Send them in. Finally, there's the most bizarre temple, the Caluxus Temple.
Okay.
The Caluxus assassins are feared even among the other temples. So that blank gene, the people will go to the Caluxus Temple with this as well. And this is where they can harness that to be massively anti-psyker or even just
Oh my
anti-regular.
goodness.
They are seen with extreme fear and
Oh my goodness.
distrust among
She
many.
sounds
I
so
can't believe
nice.
I've never
They're
heard of
described
this.
by
Like
the
I just kind of
Altar by quote
I knew kind of a bit about everything
can.
else a little bit, but I had no idea about these guys.
Welcome to learning
whatsoever.
about
as
things,
being
Matara.
pure
You don't know
evil.
things until
Imagine
you
have
learn
no
them.
idea.
comfortable feeling from that blank gene I mentioned.
See, now I know that's
and
the
then
Tau.
imagine them being taught and given.
So wait, just so we're
equipment to
clear, these are not Voidborn, right? Because of the
Oh, the skin.
these are Tau
Yeah, yeah.
Empire. What are
See?
these?
Now I know.
This is Tau. Okay, I was right. I thought they maybe were Voidborn because at first they had the blue skin, but
Because
then
I had just
I
played.
recognized that they're Tau.
I had just played Rogue Trader, and the Voidborn had like a grayish bluish tone to their skin.
If normally regular people feel uncomfortable, now they are basically akin to being a siren wailing directly in your ear. And if you're a psyker,
Yeah, that makes sense
oh
that
no,
assassins
the
aren't
sheer
that popular.
presence of a Caluxus assassin
No, they should be
is enough
popular.
for you to tear your
'Cause
skin off.
if
You
there
would
was all
rather gouge
assassinations,
your
there wouldn't be
eyes
a
out
war
and rip your
as
nails
much.
off than even being
Disagree.
near this person. The Caluxus assassin is when you want psychers to literally lose their
Oh
minds.
wait!
and
Whoa!
they will
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
The closest-
Whoa! Whoa! What's going on there? Why do they all have such big bulges?
Assassin is when you want psychers to literally lose their
What
minds.
the
and they
hell
will
is
go on their
going
knees and ask you
on?
to gun them down because it is a suitable choice over being anywhere near.
Oh
The motto of that temple is that which is unknown and unseen commands the greatest fear. Now, for the tabletop, assassins aren't that special. You
You see it. Look at it. I have this Eversor assassin right here, and I am probably gonna buy her on eBay. I know. Wait. Did I just? Okay, I thought I lagged for a second.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Am I gonna say it?
Look at
Say
the one
it.
on the left. How goofy he looks. I love him.
He is.
Look at his goofy little eyes.
Keep going. Keep looking lower.
I
Keep looking.
really, really love the way the girl assassin looks, though. She looks,
Did you really not see his bulge,
incredible.
Matara?
and I really love the one on the left.
Did you
looks
really
so
not see his
funny.
bulge? You were so innocent and virginal and
He
pure. What
looks
happened?
So funny. The one on the left, no, not Bricky. The one under Bricky.
I'm
Come
talking about
on.
bulges and Bricky.
That was funny. Okay, the one on the left, love it. Also, like, why did they give him? I'm sorry.
Yes!
Okay, I'm not trying to look there.
Yes.
But like, Why do they give him such a big bulge?
I agree.
Look, I'm not
I agree.
trying to look on purpose, but
Future me maybe is.
really? Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's armor thick, but it's like extra thick.
It's extra thick.
It's like
What are the combat drugs they feed him as a little blue pill?
wow. What do you even fit in there? You know? What do you even fit in there? I don't want to know. I don't even want to know.
Oh my god.
Also, I love how the model on the right, the girl, she has like the blade coming out of her gloves, kind of like the assassins in Ragnarok Online. I
Yep.
love that.
Yep.
And the chain behind her, she looks great. I need that figure for sure.
I do.
You can
Still
call
do.
them
need that
in,
model.
no
Probably just
matter
gonna buy her on
what
eBay.
Need it.
Imperium faction you are, and they do a lot of work for themselves. But at the
Matara's biggest laughter, another Matara. Doesn't it feel good when you made a joke last year and you're like, damn, I was so funny. Still am so funny.
same time, they're very specialized and require a lot of finesse. And they
Yeah,
work the way
exactly.
you
It's
generally
kind of
want
like a
them to.
guitar. Mhm.
You want to cause some distortion and weird stuff, you take a Calidus.
It's a
You want to
Stonn
just
face
murder
sword.
swaths
Nice.
of infantry and then
Yeah, I
blow
played a
up
lot of
every
Ragnarok
sword.
Online.
You want to kill that one
My-
guy, Vindicare, and if you have a lot of psychers, Collectus. It's
Stonn.
a nice little like jack of all trades if you have a
Good luck
specific
getting
thing
them.
you
I need to
wanna
stretch
kill.
my
And you
leg.
get to choose which is really fun. But
Can't I sign up to be on the waiting list?
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I
yeah.
can do?
Yeah. Good luck on that.
I can go to the stores and get to know the people and be like, if you ever get it, give it to me. These models all
let's
are
talk
rare.
about the last human faction. who
How's
can
that
round-
working
I
for
have
you?
the ultimate superpower.
Extroversion.
Money. Your money.
Oh.
I have
I thought she was going to say extroversion, but she said I have your money.
your money to spend.
This video out
It's true.
before we do part
I
two.
can just buy them.
The Inquisition. And we have a lot to talk about with them.
Oh, tell me about the Inquisition. I'm ready.
Oh boy. Where do I even begin
I'm
with
ready.
the Inquisition? Take every secret police you can think of.
Thank you,
The
Inca.
KGB, the Gestapo, the CIA, FBI, any of these kinds of people. And then mark it up by about 10.
Ooh, not the witch hunter aesthetic. Not the witch hunter. Sorry,
Inquisitors
what is it? Demon hunter in
the
in
original witch
Diablo,
hunters
but
and
also
demon
like
hunters.
witch doctor with the hat. This is like demon hunter, kind of more of an aesthetic than witch hunter. Sorry, looks
And give
amazing.
them the most power in the entire Imperium. No, you know what? How about this?
I
This-
only said
this right here.
witch
It's
doctor because of
not
the
just a
the
quote.
hat, right?
This is
No, it's
the
not a witch doctor hat.
Imperial
It's a witch hunter
motto.
hat.
The motto of the Inquisition.
I love
Oscar, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you for robbing Valorant. And thank you for taking us around the con the other day, my love.
I
it.
apologize for my bad pronunciation.
a gift
Innocentia nihil probat.
Oh, yeah.
Innocence proves nothing.
I love them. Punk rock.
Wow. What
gift
a
sub.
badass line.
Agreed?
Oh my god.
It's a gift sub.
I'm sorry for laughing. Just this line goes insanely hard.
It's a
Oh
gift
my
sub.
goodness.
The most powerful organization.
These are the good guys, by the
in
way.
the Imperium. The secret police.
God.
Their number one motto is innocence
Innocence
proves
nothing.
nothing. The Inquisition
That is
goes
wild.
around like the secret police or like
What goes
detectives
around?
to find
Oh my god.
Comes
My bank detected that when I bought the YouTube, I bought YouTube Premium to watch this video so that I wouldn't skip the ads. Sorry, Bricky, I love you. You're getting your money. And
I told him I loved him. Ugh. Pass Matara. Sorry, Bricky, love you. New Matara. Suck my dick, Bricky. You're dumb.
my bank texted me saying that they thought it was fraud. Please
Mhm.
confirm today's activity on my credit card for Google service. I was like, wait, Google services? But it's the
issues
premium.
in the Imperium. And they have different ordos depending on which one we're talking
I
about.
love
the
it.
Ordo Hereticus, the Ordo Xenos.
They
Wait.
look so good.
Women.
Depending
I
on
love
which one
women.
we're talking about. The Ordo Hereticus,
Looks okay.
the Ordo Xenos.
Her. She looks great.
The Ordo Malleus, for instance, and a whole bunch of other ones. Hereticus is obvious, they deal with heretics. Xenos tries to find alien threats, and Malleus is demons.
Wow.
They all have different specializations in what they're trying to go for as this
That's Elizabeth
Inquisitor.
from BioShock?
They all have to deal with heretics.
Where?
Xenos tries
A
alien
little
threats.
bit.
and
I don't see it.
Malleus is
A little
demons.
bit, little bit.
They all have
That was too
different
nice, I don't see it.
specializations
Bring back
in
the
what they're
girl
trying to
and
go
wipe
for
away the
as this
debt.
Inquisitor. And that's what they're called, Inquisitors. Each of them, as an Inquisitor, has their
love the
own
red.
free reign to do as they wish. They may have a ship and a crew, and they go out to find problems and interrogate people a lot.
Interrogate,
They are above the
huh.
law in every
Interrogate,
department. Over
Wink, wink.
Space Marines. Now, the Space Marines might argue against them and stuff, and there might be a lot of blowback, but technically they are
Also,
above
the fact that they
them
just have a cathedral floating in
Inquisitors.
space.
They are looking
Kinda
to
cool.
investigate
How cool
and
is
figure
that?
out
Very
coups
cool.
and cults and demonic incursions and possible Xenos issues like gene stealers or a new threat coming into an area. They're about learning that stuff.
Maybe
and
we'll
actually
read
detective
those
work. And
on
memes
book club.
aside, they're pretty
Eisenhorn
good
and
at it.
Ravenor
The
books.
Yeah,
Inquisition having
maybe.
all
We'll
of
get
this
there.
power does make them a little bit power hungry.
So
and
wow,
frantic
my outfit was
sometimes.
so revealing
And
back
yes,
then.
it is still a bad thing, but most of them
Wow.
are pretty good at their job, and they spend a lot of time being
She
very
looks
diligent
great.
to make
She
sure
kind of
that
looks
all
like my character in Rogue Trader, doesn't
She
she?
does.
Minus all the armor.
all of these leads they follow are proper and
A
correct. They're
little bit.
basically
She looks
space
like my
detectives
portrait and my character with
just
the JoJo
enormous
hair.
power and sometimes a bit of a power complex. And we haven't
I
even
love it.
talked about Exterminatus yet. Exterminatus. Exterminatus is deeming a planet.
I don't think my current
unfit
outfit is
to be
very
saved.
revealing. I have a
I
tie.
deem that this planet is demon infested.
Hey, it has the
and
word,
taking it back will cost too many resources and is not worth it.
Exterminate
I have
in
now
it.
committed Exterminatus on this planet. I will now sign the death warrant
Oh
of
my
an
God.
entire Imperium
Oh
planet as it is
my-
unfit
I gotta
to
stretch
take,
after this video.
And better to be destroyed than allow the enemy to hold it. This can mean saturation bombardment. This can mean cracking the planet's core and breaking it
my
apart.
God.
Doesn't matter. Render this
They just
planet
break the planet. Like, you know what?
inhospitable to
We're
all
done with this
life.
planet. Let's break
Yes,
it.
The innocence proves nothing people are the only people who can choose this planet must die in its entirety. Yeah, you're playing the villain. Now it is memed a lot, but most Inquisitors are very rare.
There
to
was
do
one Inquisitor judge that
Exterminatus.
said no one
Exterminatus
is
a
innocent
very
in this
crazy
court
thing. There's only
because
so
you're
many
guilty of wasting
worlds
my time.
that you don't want to destroy all of them.
Absolutely
Naturally,
banger line.
with the
I
memes
love
aside,
that.
there are some people who are a little bit rough on this one. But most Inquisitors generally don't like to do Exterminatus a ton, but it is an option they have.
Wait, is there actually
And it's a
somebody
crazy
named
option when you
Karamazov
think about
in?
it. Secret Police Inquisition
In this
are
universe?
unfortunately not represented on the tabletop.
We
very
talked
I only know
about
the
that
Both
last
generally
brothers
time.
kind of put
Karamazov.
one in your
Mhm.
army if you feel
I
like
bought
it. You have
her. I bought her figurine as well. Her little model.
a couple
Okay.
special
Haven't-
options there and
haven't
some side
painted her yet,
content,
but she
they're not
looks
really
really
fleshed out
cool.
very
I love
well.
her.
And personally, they need a lot more stuff put in there, and they really need a lot more effort put into them. And they're not quite.
Yes, it
where
is
I
a
want them
reference to who
be.
you think it is.
Overall, the Inquisition makes for a lot
My
of the
inner
best
book nerd.
Calidus Assassin is in stock. Hold on. I'll buy her right after. Zero, can you DM this to me? I'll buy it right after this video.
Just
Let's
smiling.
go!
Because it's a little bit hard to talk about a
Outwardly.
big
I'm outwardly
story of a whole bunch
smiling.
of space marines killing something, right? It's just a big
Greyfax.
battle story. It's
Not
as
to be confused with
interesting.
Greyfax.
Having that intrigue and that moral dilemma that an Inquisitor has makes for a lot better media. And honestly, the more people do it, I think it's better because then it adds a little more humanity to the Warhammer horrible, horrible grimdarkness. And wow, we
Inquisitor
just
Equipment
finished
is
the
known for
humans,
sentencing
all right?
multiple
Come back
worlds
for
to
part two,
extermination
where
to
we
try
talk
and
about
curb
chaos and
the
Xenos,
calming of a
'cause
Tyranid
we
fleet.
got to talk about the 4 Chaos
yeah.
gods and all the
Yes!
Chaos
Oh my God, I
Marine
need part
legions
2.
and the Tau and the
Thanks,
Necrons.
Bricky.
Fun,
Oh boy,
but
we got
it's
a lot.
humans.
I agree.
I did not
I'll see you in
come
part 2.
to the future
I agree.
Warhammer of everything. Also, I love the mechanicus music there. I didn't come to the future to
She's right.
love
She's
and
cooking.
find out about humans.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. The foreshadowing. Look behind Bricky. 88 hours of Halo Infinite. The foreshadowing, because for anybody that doesn't know, Bricky has made me play a bunch of the Halos. We have co-op them. And I have discovered Halo through Bricky. Oh my God, the foreshadowing. Who would have thought? Crazy. Anyway, first things first, I love that because past Matara is talking and I'm on the treadmill, I don't have to talk as much. Number 2, gonna go buy the Calidus Assassin. A lot of things I feel I'm a little bit better at where I did ask good questions. I think I only forgot like one of the questions that I asked, but there's a lot of stuff that as I see it, I'm like, oh no, this is that. I did fall previously for the Elder that I thought looked like the Tau, but I think that was kind of the only thing that I didn't really get from last year. I'm happy.